if we want to continue to attract new businesses to Tennessee, we're going to have to try some things maybe that other states have done and done well to make it a more favorable place for business. My name's Tammy Wolcott. I am from Nashville. I grew up in Franklin and Nashville, been here my whole life. I work at LBMC now. They purchased the company that I started with my sister 18 years ago. So now I run the accounting group as well as the procurement group for LBMC. Well, we started W Squared because we wanted to help small businesses mainly really have a more elevated sense of a back office. Getting to see that in action for so long really gave me insight into how small businesses struggle. They do, because there's so much that they have to do. It's not the business that they get into, it's all of the back office services that they have to do. And we used to say we hated to see a business fail because they didn't do their payroll properly, or they didn't get their tax return filed, or whatever it was. And so we were basically bringing a corporate office in as a fractional resource to help them. When I was approached about being on the Council for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, I just felt like it resonated because it was an opportunity to maybe fix some things that were not easy for small businesses, or maybe felt a little unfair to small businesses. In my experience, if anything comes in the mail or comes across email that you don't know what to do with, you send it to the finance department to deal with. And so the business tax was always one of these sort of awful things that came once a year, and it was a very complicated form. The instructions for this business tax are 166 pages long. So you can imagine that the average business owner who's just trying to be compliant, just trying to do what they're asked to do, to wade through all of that tax, legalese and figure out whether they were supposed to pay it or not, was not only time consuming, but it was a worry. Did I do it right? Did I not do it right? It's not something that a typical CPA does for your business. It's usually left to the business owners. The reform really just said if you are not of a certain size, or you are not in certain categories of businesses, that you don't have to fill out that awful form and try to guess if you were doing it right or not right. There's just basically a de minimis tax, a standard tax amount that you can pay. And that way you are compliant, and it turns out for the amount of time that was spent, there was nothing gained from it for the state. Tennessee's come a long way, and obviously we're way ahead of the curve. I mean, we don't have an income tax on personal income. We've cleared the way for some of the business taxes across the board, but business is changing. There's technology companies, there's companies we haven't even thought of yet. I mean, AI, that's a whole new frontier, and I think that Tennessee needs to try to stay in front of some of those trends in business to continue to be one of the leaders. We have hopefully given small business owners and people moving to Nashville a more clear path of how to stay compliant and provide the state with the information they need, but not have to spend hours and hours with their tax accountant hat on. Nobody likes to wear that hat much.